Number 9 is Black Hole. Number 911 is Makeda. Number 96 is Liver Alone. Mob City this morning is coached by Sparkle Chaz, Bombshell, and Coach Eva.
And our first jammer matchup will be Madmo and Or Else.
Both jammers are in the pack. Or Else hits the ground trying to find a lane there on the outside. Knocked down by, that was number 4-2 Hot Wheels. Conversation between the two jam referees. It is the Whizbangs jammer, Blueberry Bruiser, Madmo. With lead jammer status, Or Else gets the lead in real life, though. Jam is called 0-0. What a way to start the morning.
That is a Taxolotl and Makeda starting off jam number 2.
Both jammers in the pack. Attacks a little, getting the worst of it from Raven and Black Hole there at the back. Makeda fighting's going to get bumped to the inside. Going to have to cycle all the way back thanks to the work there of Ruthless on the inside. Makeda with a twirl. Arson Kraus says that's your lead jammer. Attacks a little out of the pack as well. Makeda coming through looking to put some points on the board. Dodges there around Harshmallow. Last line of defense. Great second effort by Serial 7. Not enough to slow Makeda down. 4-0 jam in favor of Mob City.
That's camera 2, Alice. Set up on the jam line. You see it?
I see Blueberry Bruiser getting ready to square off against Helldiver. Both teams still at full strength. Our amazing NSOs over in the penalty box likely feeling lonely. I probably jinxed it. Helldiver takes a line on the outside. Blueberry Bruiser on the in. Blueberry Bruiser is through with lead jammer status.
I don't know.
Hello, Killy. Getting ready to jam here for Mob City. That looks like Ruthless. Wearing the star for the Whizbangs. Killy looking for a friendly side. Finds it on the out. Hello, Killy is through with lead jammer status. Ruthless taken down by Scariot. Both of them are going to have to recycle. Meanwhile, Hello, Killy through the pack. 4 points in the sky for Mob City.
Lobot calling one of the Whizbangs. Pack advantage now for Mob City.
Another blocker penalty called there against the Whizbangs. 4-2 blocker advantage for Mob City. Meanwhile, that's Liver Alone and Bella Bomblet giving the jammer the real hard time there at the back. We do have a star pass. Hello, Killy through with 4 more as Flame struggles to get through the pack with the hat in hand, still wearing the pivot cover. Kelly gets through, puts 4 more points on the board, calls the jam. Huge 20-point jam there for Hello Killy. Darker green is the jam, right? Sometimes takes them a second when the pack gets passed. Other than that, yeah.
Your jammers are Bitter Bunny and Or Else. That is Or Else busting through for lead jammer status for Mob.
Bitter Bunny gets through, squeaking there by Black Hole's the last line of defense. Meanwhile, Or Else is back in the pack, dealing with a super tight Whizbang 3-wall there at the back. Manages to pick up 3 and calls the jam before the Whizbangs are able to get on the board.
With the stars on helmets, that is Harshmellow and Helldiver.
Penalty box has cleared both teams at full strength in the pack. Harshmellow looking for a lane, trying to get up the inside, getting the worst of it from Scariot. Meanwhile, Helldiver does manage to sneak through, picking up lead jammer status. Direction of play penalty there, going to be called on number 99, Cherry Garcia. Going to go have a seat. Meanwhile, Helldiver with a 4-point hit it and quit it, bringing our total score to 31 for Mob City. Whizbangs yet to draw first blood. Hot Wheels taking the jammer line. Looking to chip away at that differential there, Jimmy against Makeda. Blocker cut was called against Mad Mo. Makeda is through, but not lead jammer. Meanwhile, Hot Wheels did manage to get out of the pack before becoming reabsorbed. Has lead jammer status, but is currently stuck in the pack dealing with a Mob City 4-wall that is not gonna give up. Muggs Bunny also going to go join our amazing volunteers over in the penalty box. Mad Mo's back, going to rejoin that wall. No pack called, forcing them to release their jammer.
The cut track call on the Whizbangs jammer. Now be a power jam for Mob. This jam going to go the full 2 minutes.
Saw the power jam dance happening over there on the Mob City bench. 2 minutes does not seem like a long time, but I promise you, when you've got that jammer cover on your head, it does feel like forever. Makeda was bumped over the line. That blocker went null. They're going to come through, still picking up 4 more points. Whizbang blocker penalty called right there at the end of the jam. ATG saying that was not in the derby direction. That's Bitter Bunny going to go have a seat.
Your jammers are Rainbow Rage and Hello Killy.
4-3 pack advantage for Mob City. Rainbow Rage looking for a lane on the outside, finds Twilight instead.
Looks like a cut track call on one of the Misfits blockers. Pack advantage now for the Whizbangs.
Calamity going to go ahead and head to the box. We're going to have a 3-on-3 pack here for just a moment. Whizbang Jammer bump to the out. Misfits Jammer bump to the in. Both struggling to get through. Four points on the board for the Whizbangs.
Looks like Whizbang picked up another 4 at the end.
Whizbangs getting their game dialed in, figuring out how to get past that Mob City defense. It will be the job of Blueberry Bruiser to add to that point total. Squaring off now against Scream Puff. Incorrect number of skaters on the track. The whole bench trying to get their attention. For real, though, that whistle does mean the jam is on. Scream Puff got hips passed, but then got reabsorbed. Mob City does have lead jammer status, although both jammers are, in fact, trapped in the pack. It's another blocker penalty called there on a Whizbang. Scream Puff squeaks past Charger there at the front of the pack. Meanwhile, Scariot rejoins that wall. Much shuffling out of the box and back onto the track. Scream Puff slamming into that back wall of Whizbang's blockers. Cut track penalty called against Blueberry Bruiser. Scream Puff with a power jam. Scream Puff looking for a friendly side, gets a mighty shove out of Scariot. Blueberry Bruiser getting the worst of it. From Bella Bomblet there at the back, Scream Puff's going to go ahead and call the jam. Thanks, Harshmellow, for getting that hat off the floor.
And jamming for the Whizbangs is Flame going up against or else. As the Misfits start with a 4-3 pack advantage.
Els finds an open lane on the outside, races through, emerges with lead jammer status with much immediacy. Flame also out of the pack. Els going to pick up 3, call it off before the Whizbangs have a chance to score any further.
That is June Jet and Helldiver, your jammers, with a clean penalty box, 5-on-5.
Helldiver with a little hop, a skip, and a jump manages to stay in bounds there on the apex, emerges with lead jammer status. June Jet having to deal with every single one of the Mob City blockers one at a time, and then as a group pushed to the outside by Scariot, who's going to run back. have a seat for a back block penalty. Whizbangs have a power jam. Direction of gameplay going to be called against Madmo. 4-3 pack advantage in favor of Mob City, but this is still a power jam for June Jet. June Jet once again forced out of bounds by a shoulder from Scariot, who's going to run back. That was a whole mess of penalties, including an illegal return there by Helldiver. He's going to go have another seat. 4-3 pack advantage and a power jam still for the Whizbangs. Huge opportunity.
That star pass goes to your pivot Madmo, being your new jammer.
That jam was called for time. Gonna see a power start.
Harshmellow back to toe the line for the Whizbangs.
One blocker advantage in the pack plus a power start. But if you notice the penalty box, we do have both skaters standing, meaning that there are 10 seconds or less remaining on both of those penalties.
That is Harshmellow finding the lane on the inside, picking up lead jammer status for the Whizbangs. Harshmellow through again on the scoring pass, picks up 4.
Great job by Harshmellow looking to open a lane. 4 points so far, back in on another scoring pass. Meanwhile, Helldiver out of the box and into the pack. He managed to pick up 2, Harshmellow 2 more. That was a 6-2 jam in favor of the Whizbangs.
Cherry Garcia and Hello Killy with donning the jammer star.
Cherry Garcia looking to power through, almost makes it, gets just bumped to the outside there by Scariot. Hello Killy, meanwhile, dealing with Blueberry Bruiser up there in the front. Cherry Garcia through with lead jammer status.
Cherry Garcia almost threw on the apex there, calls off the jam.
3 points in the hat before that run back. 3-0 jam, Whizbangs. 79-21 your total score. You've got about 12 minutes left in this half. A reminder that at halftime you should visit all of our really cool merch tables out in the lobby. We've got merch from several of the teams playing here this weekend, as well as the Heat Press where you can customize any design that you want.
Your jammers are Ruthless and Makeda.
Ruthless getting pushed toward the outside by a Mob City 4-wall. Meanwhile, Makeda manages to sneak up the middle. Both jammers using their size to their advantage. Equal but opposite. Makeda through with 4. And here comes Or Else. And once again, Cherry Garcia, super successful jammer just moments ago. Pulling up to the jammer line wearing the star for the Whizbangs. Big bump from Ace as well. Terry Garcia does manage to stay inbounds. He emerges with lead jammer status. Or else not far behind. It is a foot race.
Terry Garcia doing a quick points and call. Looks like they pick up 3. Looks like both jammers picking up 3 right at the very end.
Terry Garcia getting called there by Darth Bling for a hit after the whistle. So he's going to go sit down, giving us a power start for Helldiver. Team timeouts are exactly 1 minute long. 1 minute. What you were calling them, so we were calling the same thing all the time. Just what's in my computer is apparently not what you're using, and I would rather not. They did. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Once again, that is Helldiver on the power start for Mob.
Helldiver does in fact have lead jammer status as the only jammer on the track. Lead is only awarded when a skater has upright inbounds legally past every member of the other team who is not wearing a star on their helmet. Tomorrowland penalty, that is flame number 1-1. Going to go have a seat in the penalty box. Terry Garcia going to return to the track, take a flying leap. Huge apex jump, did not quite stick the landing. Going to go ahead and recycle back. Meanwhile, Helldiver is through with 4 more points. Helldiver looking to push past a 3-wall there at the front. Manages to knock them all down. Stays inbounds. Through with 4. Terry Garcia bumped to the outside.
That is Terry Garcia through on their initial pass. And Helldiver calling out that jam and locking in the points.
Mob City, they're passing the century mark. 102-24 is your total score after that 16-point jam by Helldiver. We got about 8 minutes left in the half. A reminder that we've got all this cool merch, all these fun crafts, and our concession stand is open. So snack food is in fact available. I would not lie to you the way that Scott Chicken did. I'd never do that.
Blueberry Bruiser and Scream Puff jamming. That is Blueberry Bruiser picking up lead jammer status for Tomorrowland. And quickly finding a way through for that initial points. Both jammers now eligible to score. Blueberry Bruiser able to pick up another 4 right at the end before calling it off. Hello Kitty and Harshmellow back at the jammer line.
Penalty box remains empty. 5-on-5 derby, just like the rule book says. Both jammers getting ground up there in the pack. But Hello Kitty does find a little lane there on the inside. Squeaks by with lead jammer status. Hello Kitty through with 4 as Harshmellow approaches the pack. Manages to call it off right on time. 4-0 jam for Mob City.
And Helldiver returning to the jam line, facing off against 018 Madmo. That is Helldiver finding a lane on the inside, getting lead jammer status for Mob.
Madmo pushing and bumping, finds an open lane, emerges from the pack. Meanwhile, that looks like Scariot gonna go have a seat. I did not see the call. I am sure it was a good one. Another 4-0 jam in favor of Mob City. Got about 5 minutes left in the half. That is Ruthless. That is Hello Killy. That is a 4-3 pack advantage for Tomorrowland. Hello Killy around on the outside, lead jammer status. I have an amazing view of Coach Brute over here, telling her to keep going, and she does keep going. A hop, a skip, a jump, and 4 points in the sky. Hello Killy survives a bump, goes down in the apex, but down is not out. She is able to get up and keep rolling.
And that's Tomorrowland with the star pass to Rainbow Rage.
Medic. Medic.
And returning again, we have Makeda and Blueberry Bruiser, your jammers.
That rolling whistle was the end of that timeout. The next whistle will mean it is time to return to roller derby action. And it'll be 5 seconds from now. Tomorrowland with lead jammer status. Blocker penalty being called over there in turn 2. That was on Raven from Mob City. Blueberry Bruiser manages to get all 4 points. Mob Jammer Makeda was only able to pick up 2 for 2 jam in favor of Tomorrowland. 3 minutes left in this half.
Liverlone and Rainbow Rage. Each team with 1 blocker in the box.
First jam of the day for Liver Alone. Liver Alone with a juke and a duck emerges with lead jammer status.
Scared with some great defense and recycle.
Rainbow Rage bumped to the outside there by Scariot and Black Hole. Black Hole running back far enough to draw the cut call. Liver Alone has a power jam. Liver Alone one-on-one with Terry Garcia there at the back. Puts in one shoulder, then another. Raven with great defense there, making sure Cherry Garcia cannot run the jammer back. Liver Alone bumped to the outside. This time the help came from Black Hole. 4 points in the sky. That jam's going to be called 8-0. Power start now. Oh, no. In fact, the jammer was released, and I didn't see it because I have a human body between me and the penalty box.
That is Helldiver and Madmo, your jammers.
Tomorrowland getting some instructions from the bench. They're going to take him. Helldiver's going to try to juke to the out, then to the in. He's going to find just enough of a lane. Coming through with lead jammer status for Mob City. Back block penalty called on a Tomorrowland blocker. I believe that's Hot Wheels.
Points.
Helldiver with a quick points and call, picking up 4 right at the end.
That rolling whistle tells me it is intermission that Scariot and Harshmellow and their teammates lined up for decoration. Both teams are returning to the track as we prepare for this second half. Super grateful to Tomorrowland for sending a coach that is not 6'8" to stand in between me and the action this time. I love Coach Brute, but he is made of solid matter.
And kicking off jam number 1, Blueberry Bruiser and Scariot.
Scariot got bumped to the out, did manage to stay inbounds, but it is Blueberry Bruiser who picks up lead jammer to kick off this second half. Blueberry Bruiser puts up all 4 points, calls the jam before Scariot is able to score herself 4-0 jam in favor of Tomorrowland.
Get ready for jam 2 as Harshmellow and Makeda at the line.
Makeda ducks around the outside, picking up lead jammer status. Harshmellow dealing with a 4-wall there on the in. Knocked down, but not out. Got a pair of dueling blocker penalties on the Tomorrowland side. Makeda through with 4. Gonna call that jam start over with Liver Alone wearing the star. And a 4-2 pack advantage in favor of Mob City.
And once again, Blueberry Bruiser.
Little jammer on jammer. Got a false start situation. Skater misunderstanding the call. Better to take the time and go to the box when it's not necessary than not go to the box and have to spend a second 30 seconds.
And once again, Helldiver and Rainbow Rage, your jammers.
Helldiver looked for a lane on the inside. He does not quite find it. It's going to get bumped over the line. Rainbow Rage with lead jammer. Rainbow Rage picking up 2, calls the jam. 2-0 in favor of Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland's going to call a timeout. That's enough time for me to let you know about Flower Grade. Just a reminder, those 2 jammers are standing there on the Dr. Michael B. Lee start line. We love a start line sponsor. We love a penalty box sponsor. If you or anyone you know has a business that would like to be a sponsor for Jet City the rest of the year, check us out and check out Cherry Garcia as lead jammer.
It is Orel's powering through that relentless defense of Blueberry Bruiser.
Cherry Garcia gets through, puts all 4 points on the board before calling the jam. 4-0 jam in favor of Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland seeing huge success already here in the second half. That is Charger getting ready to jam now against Hello Killy. Hello Killy bumped to the outside. That blocker went null, and she knew it. Hello Killy is out, but lead jammer not awarded. No pass, no penalty, no lead jammer. That is Charger who gets the honor of calling that jam while it's still 0-0. That is the way the game is played, friends. Control the clock.
And donning the jammer's star, Makeda and Blueberry Bruiser. 4-3 pack advantage for Mob.
That is Blueberry Bruiser picking up lead jammer once again for Tomorrowland.
Once again, Tomorrowland effectively using that points and call, locking in 4.
Helldiver is returning to the jammer line for Mob City. That is Rainbow Rage wearing the start for Tomorrowland. Both teams at full strength in the pack. Helldiver finds a lane on the inside. He is your lead jammer. Rainbow Rage not far behind. Rainbow Rage does manage to pick up one. That is a 1-0 jam in favor of Tomorrowland.
Hello Kitty and Cherry Garcia back at the jammer line.
Hello Killy gets a big bump there from Mad Mo. Meanwhile, Cherry Garcia races around the outside. He is your lead jammer. Hello Killy is out as well. It is a foot race. Headed back to the pack. Hello Kitty finds a lane on the in. She is through with 4 points. Cherry Garcia bumped to the out by Aces Wild. He's going to have to recycle. Huge apex jump. Cherry Garcia with all 4 points as well.
That jump's going on the highlight film.
Yeah, for sure. I hope our viewers at home enjoyed that. Hello Kelly did get back to the pack, but the jam got called before she could pick up any more points. 4-4 jam. Right down the middle.
Or else and Harshmellow donning the Jammer stars.
Or else gets a little offensive help, opening a lane there on the inside. Through with lead jammer status. Harshmellow bump to the outside, going to get run all the way back, and I do mean all the way by Bella Bomblet. Is going to get it there from Liver alone before managing to emerge out the center of the pack. Or else through with 4, going to call the jam.
Blueberry Bruiser and Makeda. Once again, facing off as your jammers. That is Blueberry Bruiser through for lead.
No pack was called there at the beginning, forcing a little bit of a scramble, allowing Blueberry Bruiser to escape with lead jammer status. She's now back in the pack, putting up some points. Jostles through. Picks up 4. And then some whistly confusion. I did see that jammer penalty called at the end of the jam for a high block, it appeared. Power start now for Liver alone. Pack is going to take off at a furious pace, looking to kill that penalty. Everyone is down. No one is out. Liver alone is through. But past one of those skaters while null. Therefore, is not your lead jammer. Lead does remain available when the jammer is released from the penalty box. Tomorrowland's jammer might be able to pick up lead jammer status. Otherwise, this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Blueberry Bruiser with a huge sternum check there on Scream Puff. Does get through the pack all legally. Lead jammer status. Going to call that right away. Stop the bleeding. 8-0 jam in favor of Mob City.
Hello, Killian Cherry Garcia, your jammers.
Axolotl sitting a blocker penalty, currently 4-3 pack advantage for Mob City. Hello, Killy's going to take advantage of that by sneaking up the inside. We're going to see some administrative penalties assessed here for a moment. There was no pack for far too long. The skaters responsible for reforming who chose not to. We're going to go have a seat with our NSO volunteers over in the penalty box. Meanwhile, Hello Killy is going to circle the pack for 4 points. Jerry Garcia bumped to the inside by Scariot, then bumped to the outside. We are struggling to keep a pack together. Each team only has 2 blockers currently on the track. One of each now are getting sent off to the penalty box. They're going to be in a queue. We have absolutely done the penalty box musical chairs. We are only mostly done with that. We have one Mob City penalty, 2 Tomorrowland penalties, no Jammer penalties.
Tomorrowland timeout.
All right. We have a teeny tiny pack there. 3-2 in favor of Mob City. We have Helldiver. We have Rainbow Rage. We have a lead jammer, and that is Helldiver from Mob City.
Rainbow Rage able to stay in bounds on the initial pass.
Helldiver through, picks up 4, calls it off. One blocker from each team remains in the penalty box. Both of them are standing, so these 2 jammers have 10 seconds or less to get through this lightened pack 3-on-3.
Jammer matchup of Blueberry Bruiser and Makeda once again.
Blueberry Bruiser again through with lead jammer status. Has been a remarkably successful jammer for Tomorrowland all day today, but especially here in this second half. Blueberry Bruiser in and through, picking up 4 points. Twilight gonna go have a seat for an illegal contact penalty. I did not see it. I cannot tell you what they did, but it was naughty. Jam's gonna get called there, 4 points each side. As Liver Alone pulls back up to the jammer line. We're in the start for Mob City. Squaring off against Harshmallow. Ready to jam again for Tomorrowland. Both jammers in the pack both took approximately the same line. It is Liver Alone who got through first, but only by a hair. Liver Alone through with 4. Harshmallow has some points in the hat already. Got reabsorbed there by a Mob City defense. 4 points in the sky now also for Tomorrowland.
And a quick points and call on that second set of 4 by Mob. Locking in that 4-point advantage on the jam.
That is Cherry Garcia once again donning the jammer cap for Tomorrowland. And Makeda preparing once again to jam for Mob City. Penalty box is currently empty. 5-on-5 derby, just like the rulebook says. Both jammers in the pack. Cherry Garcia gets into it with or else there at the front. Lead jammer for Tomorrowland. Makeda, meanwhile, called on a cut track penalty. Cherry Garcia on a power jam.
Great offense there by Tomorrowland on the back straightaway. And that is Cherry Garcia 3 for 4. And once again through on the inside, 8 points total for the jam. with a spin move. Cherry Garcia. High block send winning the Tomorrowland blockers to the box.
That is Shark Bait going to go have a seat for a high block. Meanwhile, Cherry Garcia is back in the pack looking to put up one more scoring pass. 3 points that time.
Tomorrowland.
15-0 jam for Tomorrowland. Hello, Killy. Once again, wearing the star for Mob City. That is Rainbow Rage. Ready to jam for Tomorrowland.
Mob starting out with the 4-3 pack advantage. Rainbow Rage out in front with lead jammers. Actually, that was a cut track. So now is a power jam for Mob and Hello Killy.
Rainbow Rage had, however, been awarded lead jammer prior to being called for that cut track penalty, meaning lead jammer status does evaporate with that cut call. Hello Killy, however, not eligible to pick it up as it had already been awarded this jam. This jam will, in fact, go for its full 2 minutes. Great sternum check there by a Tomorrowland blocker. Hello Killy forced to the out. Hard bump to the outside there by Ruthless. Huge penalty kill there. Rainbow Rage there bumped to the outside by Scream Puff. Going to be run back at least a little of the way. Hello Kelly, meanwhile, is through with 4. Once again, no lead jammer. Rainbow Rage with that repeat of the initial pass is now free to come through and look to score some points. Hello Killy with 4 in the sky. Rainbow Rage takes a bump from Bella Bomblet, then another one, a hip from Twilight. Going to run her back just a bit. Hello Killy bumped to the inside by Charger. One more point for Mob. 3 in the sky for Rainbow Rage and Tomorrowland. We have got less than 10 minutes left in this game, friends. But do not go anywhere. For after this game and the MVP awards, we will have the Comet Chasers versus the World.
Blueberry Bruiser and Liver Alone, your jammers. Got a legal position call right at the start of the jam.
When the skater chose to exit through the center of the track, which is not allowed, that skater is going to pick up a second 30-second penalty. Mob will have a pack advantage for at least a full minute.
Blueberry Bruiser with lead and 4 on the board.
Liver Alone looking for a friendly side, finding some offense from Calamity there. Liver Alone knocked down, but not out there at the back of the pack by June Jet. Low block called there on Mad Mo. Liver Alone bump to the out, going to find their way through. 4 points, Mob City.
Looks like a forearm call sending one of the Mob skaters to the box.
Scariot going to head to the box, do a little dance with a returning Tomorrowland skater. Meanwhile, Liver Alone pirouettes through the front, putting 4 more points on the board. Rainbow Rage pushed to the outside by Black Hole.
Looks like they have a cut track called on Tomorrowland Jammer. Now a power jam for Mob.
Mob City is going to call a timeout. We love all of our referees and NSOs here at Jet City and Mob City. That looks like a job you'd like to learn. Come and chat with us because we would love to train you to do cool things like what Kira Duncan is doing, pointing out that Makeda is your lead jammer. Makeda out and through with 4. Meanwhile, Blueberry Bruiser barrels out of the box through the pack and emerges. Getting ready to come around and put some more points on the board for Tomorrowland. Manages to pick up a point before Makeda's able to call that jam off. These Tomorrowland jammers have absolutely no quit.
Bitter Bunny and Hell Diver with the stars on helmets. Hell Diver
bump to the out, Bitter Bunny to the in. Both skaters forced to recycle. Helldiver wins a race that time. He's going to have lead jammer status. Meanwhile, Bitter Bunny dealing with Or-Else there at the front of the pack.
Yes!
Little nudge by Black Hole. Not quite enough. Bitter Bunny's going to hang on. Helldiver with a big shoulder check. Powers through with 4. Hello, Killy and Rainbow Rage! Lining up to jam for their respective teams right now. Hello, Killy hits a tripod, pushes and bumps. Meanwhile, Rainbow Rage was pumped to the outside, forced to recycle just a bit. Now tangled up there with a Mob City waterfall. Commencing with Twilight there as your last line of defense. Going to manage to get that jammer out, run them all the way back to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, I heard a whistle. It was a Tomorrowland blocker penalty. Meanwhile, Hello Kelly with 4 more points in the sky. Kelly finds an open lane on the inside. Great job by that Mob City offense. Meanwhile, Bella Bomblet keeping the jammer contained there at the rear. This time, Rainbow Rage knocked down, but not out. Hello Kelly through with 4 more. Calls it off 12-0 jam in favor of Mob City.
And back at the line, Madmo and Liver Alone. Tomorrowland starting with a 4-3 pack advantage.
Madmo finds an opening on the inside, races through. Madmo is your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Liver Alone bump to the inside, going to get run all the way back there by Blueberry Bruiser, all the way to the back of the engagement zone. Fun fact, you can only play roller derby within 20 feet of the largest group of people playing roller derby that contains members of both teams. And if you think that sounds complicated, try being a referee. Liver Alone breaking through that 3-wall. Skate went over, going to get called for a cut track penalty. Power jam Tomorrowland. Mob City doing their best to kill this penalty. Madmo, however, emerging with 4 more points. Tomorrowland stepping forward, looking to break up that pack, play a little offense. Bella Baumlet doing her darndest to keep the jammer contained. Madmo down, but not out. Liver Alone manages to pick up 3. 15-3 jam there in favor of Tomorrowland. We got about a minute and a half left in the game. But you got a little more time than that because you see Coach Eva called a timeout.
Scoring off the jammer line, Flame and Makeda.
That is an empty penalty box. This is 5-on-5 roller derby. Both jammers are sauntering forward. They got a minute and a half left. Both of them still have gas in the tank. They're smiling. We're all smiling. We're playing Creeper Derby now. Skates are moving in the derby direction, but very, very slowly. We are having slow motion derby. This is adorable. Makeda, I've never seen Makeda move this slowly in the entire time I have been in roller derby. I love this, and I don't know why it's happening. The rest of you are also seeing this too, right? Friends and fans watching at home on our Twitch stream, do not adjust your television. They are actually doing this jam in slow motion.
Maybe we're traveling the speed of light and then time is just moving slowly.
We have a slow motion wave happening on the Mob City bench. I have also never seen Kira Duncan move this slowly. I am deceased.
And that expires the period clock, at least in our frame of reference.
We are, in fact, on jam time only. And by jam time, I mean molasses. Wow. And those 4 very slow whistles tell us that the game is over. Please, friends and fans, allow the officiating crew to clear the center before you come forward to get your free high fives. We do not want to be in the way of our amazing slow motion officiating crew. That was incredible. Here, I've been in this sport since 2010. I thought I had seen it all, but that was a first. The children went slowly. All right. All right, give it up for your victorious Mob City Misfits! And for their opponents, the fierce, the fabulous Whizbangs from Tomorrowland. Now, y'all start talking about the MVPs right now. Talk about it right now. MVPs right now. Immediately. I am determined to keep this tournament on schedule. By golly. We got some grown-ups that want to skate. They're like, finally, get the children off the track. All right. They're talking about, they're talking about it. Make sure they can see your numbers. Everybody, make sure everybody can see everybody's numbers. I got some shiny medals for some MVPs.
So instead of adjusting this tape, we're just.
Oh, I'm looking at the camera.
She's having so much fun.
All right, we need to go the other way too?
It doesn't translate well to recording because it doesn't, but it's so much fun. Yeah.
We brought some too, so we can do both. Are you good? Are we good? Yes? Okay. Yep. All right. Yes, now please go the other way. We're being very deliberate. No. If it was just pictures, that's something. We gotta get to the live stream. Same, scary, same. All right, are we good? All right, bring me some captains or some coaches or some people that want to talk to me. Hi. So, who is Mob City most valuable blocker? Oh, we have Jammer first. Most valuable Jammer. You can come here though.
Number 17.
17. How about most valuable blocker?
For blockers, number 15.
Number 15. All right, and an overall MVP.
Number 781.
71. All right. You're gonna tell me stuff? All right, how about a most valuable blocker?
Most valuable blocker is 42.
42. Most valuable jammer?
Jammer is 018.
018. Where's sparkles on her face? Oh, they're hugging. It's really cute. All right. And overall MVP?
Overall MVP is 99.
Number 99. All right, here's the deal. Our streaming audience is on that camera right there. Turn and wave and smile. Hi, friends and fans at home. We love you. All right, and I love all of you, but you got to clear the track because we need to let the grown-ups skate. Thank you, Mob City. Thank you, Tomorrowland. We will be back very soon, but first we're going to let these people warm up, and I'm getting out of the way because they will run me over.